Yesterday I promised to share something really special with you today. And here it is. This is, or was, Ray Wilkes, my saxophone teacher's last saxophone. So I played this horn for the first time, I think when I was about 10, maybe 11. I think maybe 11, yeah. When I had an Amati, a real agricultural saxophone. And Ray let me play his Mark VI, which was, you know, just, it was like, you know, being offered Excalibur in that sense. It's in beautiful condition, original lacquer, and I never really, you know, we did some gigs with Ray in the early zeros. He used to come play with me at the Villa, and we also did a couple of gigs other places that I'd totally forgotten about, that people only told me about after Ray passed away. If you want to read my obituary to Ray, it's down here in the links. Phenomenal player. You know, played with the likes of Cedar Walton, heard Miles and Train in the 50s, and anyway, let's get on. Let's talk about this saxophone. So it is a very, very special instrument to me. But what gobsmacked me when I first was looking through it is, well, actually, I asked Ray's neighbour to send me the serial number of the horn, and the serial number, I'm going to give you the full one, starts 235. Now, if we go onto the chart, you know, the Selmer serial number chart, you'll see that 235, if that shows up on there, I don't know if it will or not, but I'll pop it up on the thing. 235 puts it squarely as being built in 1975, and Mark VI was stopped, the production supposedly was stopped in 1973. So I was like, well, actually it's a 7, so why was he telling me it was a 6 all these years? And then, if you look on the bottom of the bell, I don't know if that's, is that coming in? Let's have a look. Oh, I can't tell from this on the viewfinder. Anyway, it's got Mark VI written across the bottom. So that set me off on this little investigation course, thinking, okay, what's going on with Mark VI's being made in 1975? And I found out through a bit of research on the saxophone, on Sax on the Web forum and a few other places, that Selmer had indeed made a number of Mark VI's throughout the mid-70s. My Mark VI is a 1956 one, and you can tell, you know, if you stick the two of them side by side, I better not drop mine now. Oh, this one. That, in a way, they're almost, you know, two different models of saxophone. There's a lot more refinement in terms of positioning of the keys on the later one on your right, yeah, on this side. Obviously the lacquer's in better condition on this one than it is on mine, but the sound is different. There is definitely a different sound, and I remember talking to Eric from Selmer, who said, you know, if they were releasing the Mark VI today, I'm gonna have to put mine down. Yeah, if they were releasing the Mark VI today, it would be, there'd be different models really. There's too much difference between one made in the 1950s and one made in the 70s. I mean, you'd expect that over 20 years of manufacturing. There was one thing, I can't find it at the moment, I've got it somewhere, but I found a set list from one of Ray's later gigs, and I've sort of challenged myself, one gig I must get that set list out and play it, and I'll record it for you, and we can, as a tribute to Ray. What I do like about these later sixes is they've got a great deal of edge to the sound that you don't necessarily find on some of the older Mark sixes.